see everybody. Happy New Year to our newcomers. Obviously, another ho-hum night in the Big 12. That's what every game is like in this league. I'm really proud of our kids. Tuesday was really hard for us. Obviously, the layoff was one thing, but then fighting the way we did to come back to then, like I told them, we just let go of the rope a little bit on the defensive end in the second half the other night and didn't give ourselves a chance to be beat. We didn't make Kansas beat us. Nothing against them. They won the game and they did the things, but we also hurt ourselves in a lot of ways. But tonight was different. We gave ourselves a chance because we kept defending. Our defense got better. And then obviously we did a much better job taking care of the basketball and getting quality looks. So I'm proud of their response. And now it gets easier. 3 games in 5 days on the road. So there you go.
Keelan's night, when he's hitting like that, and he said he made an emphasis to try to do it in the second half. What did you see from him tonight?
Keelan is a kid who never loses confidence. And this game's hard, man. I still think back to the Houston game. He goes 0 for 6 from 3 in a game that's, fairly close for the most part. And I didn't sense any difference in his mindset the next day. And that's what really good players have to do. You kind of got to forget, got to have a short memory. And so it's a sign of growth for him because they were pretty much all good shots. And sometimes the ball doesn't go in. So I'm proud that he's continued to believe in it. And our team has continued to believe in him and encourage him to take the shots that we know he's capable of. And as we talked about, we need somebody to step up and make shots from the outside consistently, changes the dynamic of the game. And obviously it was a big part of it in terms of giving us a chance to go blow for blow in the first half and then getting away late in the game.
On his last 3, you can look at it hindsight now.
Sure.
Did you want him to shoot that when it's that open and you're trying to maybe kill some
In all
ball?
honesty, no. But Keelan's going to shoot that shot. Like, you kind of got to know your guys.
Yeah.
If he's on the court, then he's going to shoot the shot. That's who he is. It's what he does. And I will say, in his defense, the next possession, he got in the corner again and pulled it out. But he felt good, and he was in a rhythm. And although as a coach, you want to use some more time, and if you miss it, you may be scratching your head if somehow it leads to an easy basket on the other end. But you got to employ your guys to be confident in what they do, and that's what he does.
Mike, what did you think of Bryce's defensive effort on Carr?
Bryce Williams? I thought him and Isaac Likely were as good defensively as they've been all year. And then you throw Avery Anderson in there, who probably played his best game. And that's 2 for 8. That's not the 29 he had against Cleveland State. It's not the 26 he had against Xavier. But he played the game like a guy who knew how to help his teammates have success. 4 assists, 1 turnover, staying locked in defensively. He was in rotation a lot, stayed solid, and he didn't do anything crazy. Sometimes Avery kind of gets a little excitable, and it's like the first half. He was guarding a guy who doesn't score a lot for him, and so he was antsy to go guard somebody that was already guarded. I was like, you actually can relax a little bit now. But he doesn't really have the relax button down yet. He doesn't know where it is. But I was really proud of all 3 of those guys defensively because I thought they were the difference in the game on the defensive end.
Are you sensing that Avery, when he doesn't have success offensively, it's not bleeding over to defense? I saw you talking to him at one point, I think it was the first half, seemed to kind of be imploring him to not let him miss shots.
Absolutely. And it's hard for a young guy, especially one like him who scored his whole life. It's always been the strength of his game. But as you grow in the game and you become a guy who people target, you got to figure out ways to still be impactful when they're taking away the thing you do best. And what I told him before the game is, sometimes really good players do things that are inconvenient for them. They get uncomfortable because they're trying to help their team win. And so what's inconvenient for him is not going to make a play every time he catches it. It's just making a simple pass to a teammate because that's the right play to make. And today he did that over and over again.
You mentioned those 3 guys on defense. What did you do out of the gate as a team to sort of disrupt and create those first half turnovers?
I think our guys were just dialed in. They were pissed off the other night because they know at the end of the day what our identity is. We've had some games where we've scored a lot, but our identity is as a defensive first team. It's how we're built. And maybe some people don't like that we're built that way because the game is different. But I truly believe that if you get the right guys, the right number of shots, they'll make them over time. But your defense, no matter what, can always give you a chance. And today our defense gave us a chance, and then Keelan stepped up and made some, and 1K made some free throws late, and the guys just moved the ball a lot better than we have in a long time.
And you mentioned the other night you were frustrated. It was a 6-point game with however much left, and it slipped tonight or today close enough. And when it went different, you had Keelan hit the shots, you had 1K. What did you see different from the group in closing it out?
I think we were up to at the 4-minute media at the end of the game. And again, just to talk about the mindset defensively, I told our guys, if they don't score again, we win. I mean, it really comes down to, can we play really good defense for 4 more minutes? And it becomes a foul game. You got to make your free throws and all that stuff. But the mentality is the defense still has to continue to do its job. And you're going to miss shots sometimes. And, sometimes the other team, and I think they were ranked number 1 defensively coming in. And I thought our offense was efficient, but it was given a chance because we didn't turn it over. And we didn't lose our minds defensively when we didn't make shots.
I know you talked about moving the ball better, and Keelan gave a lot of credit to his teammates when you were in here. What did you think of his teammates' ability to give the ball to Keelan in those critical moments?
Yeah, it's part of being a good team. I mean, everybody has to recognize that what they do best as an individual isn't always what the team needs on a particular night to win. Tonight, Avery does best scoring. We needed Keelan to make some threes, and he had it going early. And so we talked about, hey, we're running these actions. Let's look to see if we can get him one. And then when that happens, and we haven't got one in a while, you're able to get Musa a lob dunk because teams are less anxious to help off of a guy like Keelan. And so it all works together. And as guys continue to buy into each other and sacrifice a little bit of their own success, this team has still a chance to have a really, really special season.
In years past, some of your squads have had a tough start to Big 12 play. What kind of made this group different, where after one game it was able to reset and find this win?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think about years past often, especially when it comes to relating this team's success to it. And I'll never not give credit to the other teams. I mean, this is the hard, like, look up any metric. I mean, it's a wide margin between the Big 12 and everybody else from top to bottom. And, that means you're going to lose to good teams. I don't think any of those losses or slow starts that we've lost to bad teams, we haven't always played well, but you're going to lose when you play against good teams. I think one thing that I will say that I hope happens this year is that our teams have always gotten better. And we've always played better as the year has gone along. So if that's the case and we get off to a better start, then it bodes well for us.
Mike, Musa alluded about his mom and how this week's been tough. Obviously, I know you spoke to him several times, just how he was able to battle on the court, and then Keelan said, it's brotherhood that we're here for him.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine it. I still have my mom. I still have one of my grandmothers. The thought of losing your parent certainly can't sit well, especially you're talking about a 19-year-old kid who's not seen his mom in 5 years. So there's a lot of stuff here, which is why it wasn't really a hard decision. When you factor in the virus is going on and there may be border issues coming back, I told Reed and Chad, we have to send him home. And if we can't get him back for however long, then we can't get him back. And obviously we need him, but this stuff is it's bigger than that. So I'm glad he's playing well. He's had a different level of focus since he's been back. And it certainly has helped our team.
1K, he kind of struggled offensively in the first half, but then he seemed unfazed by it there in the closing stretch. Just what does that say about his kind of mindset?
Well, I think one of the things, we know 1K. I mean,
Not
have you ever seen a guy step away from the free throw line for like 8 seconds when there's only 10 to shoot a free throw? I think the officials sometimes are like, is this kid okay? Like they want to go check on him. But that's him, right? He wears 2 different shoes. But as a coach, I want him comfortable to be himself. He's here because he's a talented kid who believes in what we believe in. He's committed to his teammates. And again, because of that, he's unfazed when he doesn't play well for a stretch. He can bounce back and get over it pretty quick. And obviously, again, we put the ball in his hands late to make a lot of plays for us because we know his ability both make the play for himself and for his teammates.
How did the shoe thing happen?
I don't know. Some things, guys, I mean, I'm just telling you, as a coach, some things you just gotta act like you don't see. He asked me what I thought of his shoes, and I said, "What shoes?" After the game. You know? So I saw it, but I was not about to give it any kind of energy.
Was it a halftime? I didn't notice.
I really don't know, Marshall. I really don't know. I saw them, and I was just like, all right, I'm trying to coach. That dude's really good. There's a lot of good players. If he feels like he's going to play well with two different shoes on, God bless him. I think it's a silly look myself. I wouldn't do it, but, you know.
Caleb didn't play tonight. Is he hurt? What was the decision there?
No, I mean, Tyreek Smith has earned an opportunity to play. And he got an opportunity tonight. He played well, and it's no more than that. And I'm sure Caleb will continue to work hard and respond the right way, and his opportunity to come back now. It's one of the luxuries of having quality depth is you're able to give guys different opportunities throughout the year. And Caleb hasn't played as well, and Tyreek's practiced better, quite honestly. And you know, I told him he was going to have an opportunity, and I wanted to be a man of my word, and I thought he did a good job in there. So it was less about Caleb and more about Tyreek.
Mike, you, go ahead. No,
Go.
go ahead.
I was going to ask about Rondell too. He struggled, but he had a couple of buckets today. How nice was it, I guess, to see Rondell kind of bounce back and what he's working through?
It's unbelievable. It's what I've been waiting for. Again, I've known that kid for a long time, and I know he's got more ability than he's shown. And I think sometimes when things start going bad for you, when expectations arise, you lose some confidence. And so to see him back making the borderline reckless plays, right, getting deflections and steals and driving the ball in there and making plays, that's what we all have grown accustomed to seeing and expect from him. And I hope it's the start of something really good for us because he adds a whole nother element to our team because when you sub Avery and 1K or Ice, you still need to defend at a high level. And he's probably next in line in terms of being able to really guard high-level penetrating guys. He has some really good defensive possessions for us, and obviously the baskets helped us as well.
Mike, you referenced the anger, frustration your guys had from last game, but you also referenced what's on the horizon for this team. Did you sense they were motivated at all by the tough schedule that's ahead, or was it all about getting back after Kansas?
No, our guys really don't. They don't think that deeply. I usually got to kind of plant a seed for them. But what they do know, and they're very aware of, this is it for us. We have 16 now games left to try to make this team as good as it can be. And so you can't keep dropping these games early like we did the last year because at the end, you have no chance to do the one thing that's available to you, which is really compete for a regular season championship. So I thought we played with a level of urgency that we knew, we needed to get a win today.
So the future thought